Greetings, fellow bridge lovers, and welcome back to the Bridging with Kai YouTube channel. Today, I'm going to be telling you my stories of the Philadelphia NABC that happened in 2025. It was in the summer. Absolutely amazing time. I had the NABC and then I had a bunch of vacations, so I'm sorry I haven't been very active lately, but I didn't necessarily give myself the time to be able to do this. But I am home now, and it is time to explore and talk to you about what happened, my experience, and my best nationals ever. It was so much fun. I don't know if I'm going to be splitting this into one video or multiple videos yet, but we'll see. But we're going to be talking about all the fun little stories that happened, and then some of the boards, just some really quick recaps. It's not like going to be crazy. We're not going to be going in depth or anything. I've got plenty of those boards, but they're going to be at a different time and have their own videos and all of that. So let's get into the Philadelphia NABC. What happened for me? I arrived on... Actually, you know what? There's a little bit more build up to this story. All right. I booked my flights back for the Philadelphia NABC. I don't know, back in, I think it was April. One of my friends convinced me, oh, you should go. We'll get you free accommodations. It's all okay. We're collegiates. We're going to have a stipend. And also we're going to be staying at one of our friends' places for a time. And I'm like, okay, great. So you told me that I have free accommodation. All I need to do is book my flights and I'm going to be there. So great, amazing, easy, awesome. So I already know that I'm going to be going to the NABC. I booked my flights and I set up a partnership with the absolutely amazing, the absolutely lovely Drew Cavalier, also known as Mr. ATC online. We love him. Oh my gosh. He won the Warner Pairs back in 2020 or something. Man is an absolute legend, absolute genius. Love to be playing with him. He actually kind of looks like me, but just the slightest bit older. We have the same hairdo. Directors have mistaken us as people before, which is actually hilarious. We were basically twins across from the table playing with each other. We must have been confusing our opponents as to who was actually north, south, or east, west. And you're Kai and you're Drew. But we had a few practice sessions. We had a few practice live streams beforehand. So we got to work out all the kinks that we had in our system. And it was only a few sessions. So we could have, of course, done a little bit more. But, we're both busy people. So we are going to be going to the NABC together. And here's the deal. All right. I'm a cheap person. So when I am planning my flights, I basically go for whatever the cheapest price is. What actually ended up happening is I thought that I had booked myself a break day, a day for me to acclimate. No, I had not done that because when I booked, I thought I was booking Thursday, right? My first event is on Friday. We're going to be playing in the Von Zedwitz Life Master Pairs. I thought I was booking my flight on Thursday, the day before. I would be leaving here at 7 a.m. and I would be arriving there at 5 p.m. So I would have the evening to adjust and be all set. Actually, what happened? The flight there actually left here at 7 p.m. and I arrived the next day on Friday at 5 a.m. So I was arriving at the airport, going through a red eye 5 hours before our bridge session started. I'm so good at planning, team. I refused to tell my partner, Drew, because I don't want him to be thinking oh my gosh, this guy is so ridiculous. I was acting just fine, right? I mean, so I get in at 5 a.m. on my flight, and then I need to find a way to get to the playing area. And I had through Discords and online people's had suggestion, yeah, you can use the train to get from the airport directly to the playing area. It was great. So I figured out the train, I got to the playing area, and that's amazing. Now, it's now 6:50 a.m., 7 a.m., and I'm at the playing area. I go find some breakfast because I am so hungry. I go get these amazing bagels, and then after I eat them, I'm oh, I've got plenty of time. I'm going to just go and take a nap. All right, I'm going to take a power nap on a bridge table. I'm literally on the bridge table. I have a jacket right here, and I'm like this. The directors must have thought that I was crazy. And lots of the directors know me. People know me. They were probably walking by me what the heck is Kai doing passed out on a table before bridge? I looked like a genuine bridge bum, which I am, but About 40 minutes before the game, I meet up with my partner Drew and we talk out a few more kinks in our system so that we're on the same page when we are bidding, right? We don't want to have any mistakes. And we sit down and we immediately have a mistake. And we were like literally just talking about this. I don't remember the exact specifics, but this was just hilarious, y'all. Like, this is like beginner stuff, and we're playing in the Von Zedwitz Life Master Pairs, one of the most notorious bridge pairs events at nationals. Let me show you this one. So on this hand, I sit down and I'm south. This is our very first hand, by the way. We have this beautiful spade suit. We've got 17 high card points, and I decide to open one no trump because it's just, you got 17, you got a balanced hand, you bid one no trump. But I think here I should have considered opening one spade because I think my hand possibly is too strong for a one no trump opening. So I think should start with one spade and plan on rebidding two no trump after. But I did open one no trump, and then we get two clubs here, which I believe, if my memory serves me right, this was showing clubs and a major. And this is where things got a little bit confusing for me, because we had literally just discussed, I believe that this is what we agreed upon, that if the bid that they made is natural and or I'm not sure if it was and or it's just showing a single suited hand, we play transfers on, systems on, yada yada yada. But and we said that if it was a two suitor, we would just be playing natural. So here's where the confusion came in. Two clubs was showing clubs and a major, which is natural. It is natural, but it's also a two suitor. So you're kind of like, where are we in the middle of this mess? When partner bids two hearts, look at my hand. I'm sitting here with 5 spades. I don't know. And I have 2 hearts. Partner has 2 hearts, right? I think for forever, like, what, we just hit an in-between point. And I can't get this wrong because we literally just discussed this, but at the same time, there were vagaries. So partner bids 2 hearts and it goes pass. And I'm just like, when the play goes on and eventually I see them leading hearts and my partner is now suddenly out of hearts, I'm just like, this is board 1. This is the very first board. I'm exhausted. And there's the score, 2 hearts in the north, minus 250 when we should be in our 5-5 spade fit. He would have just transferred and dropped me. That's what would have happened. I would have been transferred and dropped. I might have even super accepted because of how pretty my dang hand is. Eventually, he was like anything that is natural, it's just like an ambiguous two-suiter. I think that's what he said. That's what Drew said. He's probably going to correct me in the comment section. But yeah, that was our very first hand playing together. Well, it wasn't our very first hand playing together in person. It was the very first hand where we were playing in the Von Zedwitz Life Master Pairs, and we managed to get ourselves a flat out 0 because discussion was not clear, I guess. It was a great start, very, very good start. Let's move over to another fun hand that occurred. Let's go to the physical board 1. So here's board 1. Beautiful hand, beautiful hand. So I'm the south once again. The auction starts 1 club. It goes 5 diamonds. A huge 5 diamonds on your right. And now you are holding this. And you're like, lots of things could possibly make here depending on what partner holds. 5 hearts has chances. 5 spades has chances. And your club suit also is very good, but do you want to bid 6 clubs? When partner is just open, that's all you have here. Avoid and diamonds is powerful. Like, what do you do? What do you do? I said, you know what? Look at my hand. I've got 2 aces. My partner opened. Surely 5 diamonds can't possibly make, and I think a positive score opposite this 5 diamonds call is probably going to be a good thing. So I double. And when I initially lead a spade and dummy pops down with the ace of spades, I'm just like, you had to have an ace. You had to have a trick. Of course, now it's not going to be worth it because we're making some sort of game somewhere. But also at the same time, like, we might not be making a game because ace of spades. But like, also when 3 diamonds plop down on the dummy, I'm like, oh no. If we look at the whole hand now, yeah, 5 diamonds is just cold. They lose 2 hearts. That's it. That's literally it. So unfortunately, minus 550. But fortunately, it was a very, very common result. Lots of people ended up in 5 diamonds, doubled, and we still got a 30%, but it was not a 0. It's not as bad as other doubled contracts you could get, but that was fun. And like, we don't make 6 clubs, so that's a bonus. The only thing we missed is probably like a 4 spades contract, but I think that the 5 diamonds call just kind of shuts us out from that point. So unfortunate, but hey, it happens. And now, here's another fun one that I enjoyed, just because it feels so wacky, and my partner was defending me on it. Very, very nice of partner, keeping my hopes up. But this one was also a bad board for us, and now I'm starting to realize, like, all the boards that I'm showing are actually not great for us. All right, here we are. We're at board 18, and once again, I'm the south hand, and the auction starts with the east hand. They open 1 heart. My south hand is like, I don't want to bid. So I pass. I only have a 9 count. Ew. So pass. 2 hearts from the west hand. Pass from partner. Pass to you. And I'm like, this feels suspicious. Like, I am pretty sure that we are getting stolen from. I mean, like, how often do you actually see a contract that just goes 1 heart past 2 hearts and everyone just leaves it be? So I'm just sitting here like, I've got the ace king of spades. If we can steal out like a 2 spades contract when partner has 4 spades, then that would be great. I also have 5 clubs, so if partner does like a scrambling bid, I can end up in 3 clubs, which I have 5 of them, so that's not that bad. You know, I doubled because I was like, there's theft happening here. I'm getting stolen from. This is not okay. We need to either punish them or end up in our own contract because part scores are like everything in match points. So I double with my 9 count, which, like, it felt so bad. It felt so bad, but I just felt like I had to do it. I mean, it felt like everyone was going to be doing it. It's the Von Zedwitz Life Master Pairs, for goodness sake. It goes double, pass, 2 no trump from partner, which is basically saying, tell me more, like, what's your better suit? It goes pass, I bid 3 clubs. And then we love it when you see a double card. Fast pass. We ended up in 3 clubs, and we went down. Oh, also, not to mention, we were vulnerable. They were not. It's a bad time to compete. So doubled, we went for minus 800. We went down 3, which my partner was reassuring me that we would have company. I'm sure that there's other people that did end up here, but he was like, you've got to do it. And also, this makes me very happy that either of us would have made this call in this position. So regardless, we were going to be getting minus 800. I subject myself and I agree that this is like the final spot that we're ever going to get to. Yeah. Unfortunate, but fun. And then the best one was also like the very last board that we played. I'm pretty sure that this was the very last board that we played. So here it is. I'm the south hand here. So here we are, board 9, beautiful hand. I'm south, partner's north, and partner starts by opening 1 spade. It goes pass. We play 2 over 1, so I bid 2 diamonds, game forcing, pass, and then partner bids 3 hearts, jumping. And I called back into this point in my brain, and I'm like, why are we jumping in a 2 over 1 contract? It doesn't make sense. Why are we taking away space? So it has to be something that's like a big deal, right? So I was just like, okay, I'm pretty sure that this is supposed to be a splinter because I think that our whole crew kind of came to this consensus that this was generally a splinter. So he bid 3 hearts, and I'm like, okay, so partner has support for diamonds, and they have a singleton heart, which is great news for me. We have 0 heart losers. It's not completely outstanding news, though, I don't think, because shortness opposite shortness makes things a little bit more difficult, but partner has a majority of his length in spades and diamonds, so it might just be okay. So I'm not too worried about having too much length in clubs, and especially if partner has the king of clubs anyway, then our clubs are just fine. It's not a problem. So eventually I'm just like, well, I think regardless of what partner has, because I was only like 80% sure that this was the splinter, which is probably the main reason for why things went the way they did. So I bid 4 clubs. I felt like it was pretty much always going to be the right thing to do because A, it's natural, and B, if partner did show a diamond fit, then I have a control bid. So I let partner know that I have serious slam interest. I bid 4 clubs, and then partner immediately just bid 6 diamonds. And then I was like, what is going on here? Who just bid slam out of nowhere? I didn't know what to do or say, really. I was just like, what? And I was thinking real hard in my brain of brains and was thinking about all the things that my partner doesn't know that I have. I'm like, oh, my partner doesn't know I have the Ace of Hearts and they're just bidding 6. Maybe they have a Void. Maybe they don't. And they don't know I have the King, Queen of Diamonds, 2 very crucial diamond cards, but partner could have 5 of them and be playing me for 5, which is generally our agreement here. I'm pretty sure our 2 diamonds call almost always guarantees 5. So if partner has 5 diamonds, then like maybe they aren't really that scared about the diamond queen, so they just need to play me for the diamond king. And then on top of that, they probably know I have the ace of clubs. If they have the king of clubs, they probably don't have a singleton in clubs. Also, they don't know I have a singleton spade, which could be beneficial if partner just has the singleton's ace, but they could definitely have ace king, right? I mean, there's just so much here that I was like pushing myself, and I decided that I was going to bid 7 diamonds over partner's 6 diamonds. And then it goes, think for a little bit, double. And I'm like, well, I know what's going on here. It goes pass, pass, and then eventually a fairly hesitant lead of the ace of spades. And then I was like, partner didn't have the ace of spades. And the argument to me was that, you know, if partner was interested in Grand Slam, he would have been looking more. And I was just like, that is true. But just bidding 6 diamonds. And there was also a possibility, but like in my head, there was also a possibility that we were like off the rails. We didn't know what was going on. We didn't both know that we had a diamond fit, and he was just bidding 6 diamonds because he knows that we have a diamond fit and have a good shot at making 6 diamonds. Like, systemically, I'm not sure that you would just bid 6 diamonds with a risk of, I guess there really isn't much of a risk at all. I think 6 diamonds looks actually pretty beautiful. So maybe he has a good point here, is that he can just bid 6 diamonds with this hand. And I'm just like, I don't know. What do you play? I mean, would you just bid 6 diamonds with the north hand? Let me know. Let me know. If you, like, would you key card? Would you, whatever? Because I just felt like there was so much in my hand that partner didn't know I had. But at the same time, like, you can find excuses for me as to why they might be bidding this way, and still we can be off 1. We could just be lacking the ace of spades. That certainly is a possibility. Like, partner could have had this hand. So I thought that I had everything partner could ever want, and I didn't. We got a 2%. Thankfully, we weren't the only ones there, but still not good. So this was the first section of the Life Master Pairs. And let's see, let's find us. Here we were. Second to last. I showed you like a bunch of like zeros. It didn't go much better. We got a 43%, which was not great. I didn't feel like I played my best bridge whatsoever. And yeah, it was just unfortunate. So we didn't get any platinum. We just put ourselves in a very difficult position, and we have to come back and try really, really hard to qualify in the second session. We need to pull out like some sort of like 57, 56% out of my tired head and his genius brain in order to be able to get that Q. Not that simple. At this point, I don't know, I can show you the leader if that matters. I got Danny Sprung and Brian Platnick, and just like, it's insane the number of points you get for 1 session in this whole thing. Very impressive. But now I need to tell you about more story time. So we had lunch and we came back and we just got to pull this back. We can do this. And I sit down for the second session with Drew, and we're east-west this time. And Melody Euler comes and finds me. If you don't know who Melody Euler is, she is like one of the best directors ever. We love Melody. She is so nice. She taught me, the person who gave me my director initiation club director course. Super, super sweet. Knows all the laws and all of that. We love Melody. She comes over to me, and Melody asks me, hey, we have more attendees at the Nationals than we thought we would be getting. Would you like to work? I was like, work? For context, I'd only planned on these 3 days, the Life Master Pairs, and then Spin Golds, to see if we can do anything there. So I only had 4 days planned beyond this. I had Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Monday was the start of the Spin Golds. So I said, well, I am in the Spin Golds, Melody. So if I do make it past day 1 of the Spin Golds, then I won't be able to. But if I get knocked out, I would be more than happy to be working. And she was like, oh, great. And, you know, like, I don't have much faith in myself here to be making it out of the Spin Golds. And I'm pretty sure that she was like, this kid is getting knocked out, which completely fair. I completely understand. But like, there was I was so excited to be working because she was like, oh, we'll pay for your expenses and you're going to be getting paid and all of this stuff. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is such a dream. Now I have an opportunity to be like, all right, instead of paying money to come to Philadelphia and using $100, now I can make money. My expenses are paid for, that the ACBL can pay for, and then I'm all good. I'm all good, and I'm going to be making money instead. Like, what a productive trip. Amazing trip. That gets my hopes up. I'm very excited, but I'm back here, and I still have to play the Life Master Pairs Session 2. I'm going to get into the boards there. All right, and for Session 2 of the Life Master Pairs, I only have one little thing for you. It's just a little silly. Here we are, board 19. So this one, just a funny little result. We had one spade starting from the south hand, and this time we are east-west. I am the west hand. It goes one spade, pass, pass, and then Drew has to think here. He's like, what do I do? What do I do? I don't know. What do I do? Pass. Just decides to pass. And this is actually like really smart to do, as it turns out, because if you look at the rest of the results, one no trump or any no trump goes down. Most of the time when you have these hands, you would double first, and then you would try to rebid 2 no trump to show 18 and 19 high card points. And that's what people did, and they got punished and they went down for it. And we got a positive score of 50. So in the end, we got the inverse of 30, 70%. We had a good board here, and it was just a fun little thing. I mean, like, really cool of partner to be passing with this beautiful 18 count. And because we set one spade down one. It was great. And that was the only one I wanted to show you in this particular video of the Session 2, but we'll get into how this went for others. This was a much better set for us. We got a 53%, 53.87, and unfortunately, and like we did well in our section, it was not bad, but unfortunately for us, there is no Q next to our name. We did not make it. It is too sad, but we did earn ourselves 0.96 pity platinum. So I will take it. I'm not happy with how the result was in the end, but yeah, we got knocked out of the LM pairs. But here comes more fun of, organization. Remember how my friends said that they would have accommodations for me? And this is mostly, the people from the kindergarten group or the group that I make live streams with, Bridge Fun Time. And, they're a goofy crew of people. Most of them are from Canada, University of Alberta. And I needed to now go find them. I think I met most of them in person, but some of them I hadn't. And the thing is, apparently, the place that we're staying at is a train ride away. So we need to catch this train to get back to where we needed to go. Apparently, like, we had finished like 15 minutes before the train left. So as soon as I'm done with my set, I look at my phone, and then people are like, Kai, where are you? Where are you, Kai? Kai, come on, we need to find you. And I'm like, what's wrong? Is there a problem? So I need to go find my stuff that I stashed. Like, remember, I still had like all the stuff that I had packed. So I needed to go find my backpacks. And the way I travel is I have like one big backpack on my back, a backpack on my front, and I look like a backpack sandwich, and that's all I carry. That's all the clothes I need. So I go find that, and then I'm like, where are people? Are we at the Jefferson? Which station are we going to? Like, help. So I'm running around the playing area. Eventually, I find people, and I'm like, hello, and they're like, hello, and then we run. We run ourselves to the train station. And then the train station, we go on about a 15-minute train ride. We're goofing off. We're saying hi, hello. And I remember, I'm exhausted. I got here on a red eye. And somehow I still have energy. I just played like 6-7 hours of bridge. And now I'm on a train to go to a place where I'm not sure where I'm going. But yeah, but I'm there with friends. So it's fine. So we get off the train. It's a 10-minute walk to the house that we're staying at. Isaac has family there, and grandma and grandpa live there, and also an aunt and uncle live there. And we were staying at the aunt and uncle's house. Now, the aunt and uncle have plenty of family, right? So we have their family plus 8 or 9 bridge people staying in this house. Plus, we have had plenty of visitors over, like grandma and grandpa, and also a bunch of Isaac's brothers and sisters and cousins also were hanging around because family vacation and spending time together. So this house at times had like 20 people in it. And it was a big house. There were like 4 or 5 people to one room. And, we were just having a good time. This particular night, we decided to go to a supermarket and get some food. And I was like, I don't know. I'm going to buy some hummus and some eggplant because 2 of the best things in the world. Eggplant is the #1 food in the world, period. And then hummus is like #2. So I love making hummus bowls. So I decided that I was going to get some hummus and eggplant, and everybody was like, oh, we can do hummus bowls and stuff for lunch. And I was like, ooh, yay. And it didn't really actually result in much, but I did roast some eggplant. I did cut up the eggplant. I did some work. We ended up, like, after the food was made, even then, like, I still needed to take a shower. And oh my God, team, Philadelphia in the summer was so unbelievably hot. Oh my gosh. I mean, like, it was only 80 degrees, but dear Lord, it was humid. It was so stuffy. So, like, I mean, like, you would just go outside and then you're like, oh, I need to take a shower, just walking outside. So I was not expecting that because, like, we're north, we're above California, but I did not account for the humidity, so it was hot. So I felt disgusting. I needed to take a shower. And then, like, even then, we were also just playing bridge around the house. Like, we just played a bunch of bridge and now we're playing more bridge and I'm exhausted, but yet I'm still playing bridge and I'm making eggplant and I'm doing all of these things. We get to bed like around 11 p.m. and the next session of bridge is going to be happening at 10 a.m. And once again, tomorrow I am playing with the amazing Drew Cavalier. We're going to be playing in the Constellation event to the LM pairs. We're playing the NABC plus pairs. It doesn't have a name to it besides NABC plus pairs. And we're going to see how we do there.